Before James arrived, we were finishing up the tail end of the Yemane, Tracy McGrady era.
Great guys. I mean, we had a lot of fun, had a lot of laughs. They played hard. You know, that group played really hard.
I mean, we were the little engine that could.
Where we were in a lot of games, but just didn't have the ability to kind of close games out.
And we were moving forward into a new era where we were trying to establish a new foundation for a team with a new identity.
We were on the cusp of making the playoffs and actually just fell short.
I did not think they were going to be a playoff team before they made that trade. That trade changed everything.
Well, for us, it's always a process to target the high-end players. So I think the first time we talked about James Harden was his draft year. And we were in deep conversations with Sacramento where we were going to trade a number of our veteran players to get a chance to pick at their spot.
With the third pick in the 2009 NBA draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select James Harden of Arizona State University.
Making his NBA debut, the number 3 pick in the first round of last June's draft, James Harden out of Arizona State University.
I remember some games the Rockets played against the Thunder where he was running pick and roll and just killing them. The last 6 minutes or so, the Thunder would go back to, okay, we bring in Russ, we bring in KD, we run things through them.
Him being like the 6th man, fitting into his role and like finding his position on the team. But then once he found that, he took it to the next level and he was comfortable with it and he accepted his role.
It is my honor to be here today to present James Harden of the Oklahoma City Thunders with the 2011-2012 NBA 6-Man Award. Congratulations, James.
Even though he's a gold medalist and an Olympian and made the finals, I still think he's an underrated player.
They've had 3 turnovers, Rockets with another miss. So the Rockets are ice cold, shooting only 33% from the field.
They were having trouble negotiating on a max extension. There was an opportunity that they might move him.
Back to Parsons. Parsons fires up a 3. Go!
Probably the key piece we were trying to keep out of the deal was Chandler Parsons. We had mostly, on the day of the trade, worked out the primary details. I was at my son Scott's soccer game, and I saw Sam Presti calling me. He asked for more in the trade, a 2nd-round pick, I believe, and he said, "This is the deal that gets you James Harden."
This morning, he keeps the beard and the gold, but he is bidding OKC adios in a stunning development, a major trade on the eve of the regular season as the NBA 6th Man of the Year, integral to the Western Conference champs, traded to the Houston Rockets after being unable to agree to a new deal with the Thunder. Here's the full deal. Thunder get young guards Kevin Martin and Jeremy Lamb, 2 first-round picks in a 2nd round. Houston, in addition to Harden, the Rockets also now get center Cole Aldrich, guard Daquan Cook, and forward Lazar Hayward.
We were all together. It was me, him, his sister, and his nephews.
General manager of the Oklahoma City Thunder called me and he said, I love you and sorry things couldn't work out, but we traded you to the Rockets.
And I guess he left the table and he had a moment to himself, and then he came back and told us, and then we were all just like shocked.
And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to think. I was just lost. Like, are you serious? Is this true? Later that night, I got on the phone with Daryl, Morey, and Coach McCloud, and they just talked to me. And even that night after they talked to me, I still didn't believe it.
I love the Oklahoma City trade. I think that trade made them better. I'm a Kevin Martin and a Jeremy Lamb fan. I like that trade a lot for them.
I think the Oklahoma City Thunder comes out better. You're getting a proven scorer in Kevin Martin, a guy who in his career in the NBA, he's been able to get to the free throw line 6 times per game. So now you don't necessarily lose the scoring punch that you had with James Harden. Now you get a guy who's been on 2 bad teams prior to this, now looking for an opportunity to get to the NBA Finals.
After we had the press conference and James came here, the game 1 of the season was just a few days out and later in Detroit. We were working out a long-term deal, and my job is to do the best we can on those negotiations, even though we should have just given him every penny. So that actually dragged on the negotiations until the very opening game of Detroit, where I'm talking to James Harden's mother, his agent Rob Pelinka, in the back hallway, in the bowels of the Detroit arena.
James Harden is having a monumental debut for the Houston Rockets, doing whatever he wants, scoring the basketball from the perimeter, taking it inside, using all 6'5", 220.
I didn't even see the first part of the game because I'm faxing his contract to the league office on an old fax machine that was like, with the like really slow in the back hallways with security.
I don't think he was ready, but he was prepared for it.
No fear. I'm going to do what I got to do to help my team win, to score points.
I still remember he scored 40 in that game. We won the game.
I've seen his talent, and it was just a matter of time before the rest of the world to recognize it.
Harden trying to get free. Down to 3, down to 2. It's a 3. Good! He got it!
He's the hardest worker we have. He's our best player, obviously the best player on the planet, I think, right now.
Somehow he finds ways to get better every year. Like, every year is something new.
Go all the way up to 36 a game. I mean, that's rare territory. There's only a handful, literally a handful of guys who've ever averaged more than 35.
Like I said, I'll relate it to the Fosbury flop. As revolutionary as he was, I feel like James is in a way to the game of basketball.
And the Kia NBA Most Valuable Player goes to James Harden, the Houston Rockets.
Seeing him walk up on stage with his mother and MVP, you could see how much, when he had promised his mother he was going to be a great player, like to fulfill that promise on stage with an MVP trophy was a really special moment.
We only get one life, and I'm happy she's my mom. Like, I wouldn't have it no other way, for real. For real. 6th man of the year to the MVP. Shout out to all the youngest, man. I got a dream. It's a vision out there. Go take it. Go chase that dream.